Back on the show is Calvin Kattar's coming off an impressive third-round TKO victory over Shane Burgos at UFC 220 on January 20th. Calvin, what's going on? How are you?
Good, James. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing very well. It's good to talk to you again. And, of course, if people are looking at the weather and wondering why it's so nice, you're actually in Vegas right now. How did this all come together?
Yeah, all the guys, man, they had a bunch of winning tickets from last weekend, and they surprised me with a trip out here to come out here and cash it with them. And then we're going to stay here for a night before they lose it all back and probably head to Cali for the rest of the weekend.
Cool. That's awesome. How many of your friends won money on you, and were you surprised that you were such a big underdog?
Not really so surprised. They underestimated me last fight, too. I think, I'll be surprised if they underestimate me and keep me as an underdog next fight. Although every time you get a W, you end up fighting stiffer competition. So who knows, man? We'll see.
You get the win. Was there any more sort of nerves than usual just fighting at home for the UFC this time?
Not out of nerves. It was a 10-week camp rather than a 2 week, so a lot more time to think about it. But that also allows more time for preparation, so that builds the confidence. And I was glad to go out there with Kyle and Rob on my squad. So out back, the locker room vibes are great. We had a bunch of New England guys in there. It was a packed locker. And really helped set the tone leading into the night of fights.
And I was going to ask you about that. How much did that sort of pump you up for your fight, seeing both Kyle and Rob win their fights?
Man, I was hyped up. Kyle went out and controlled the whole fight. So did Rob. Rob finished in spectacular fashion, man. That got me amped up. And then 2 fights later, I was next. Then I started feeling a little bit of pressure, like, all right, I got to bring home the sweep.
Yeah, and you certainly did. Not only were you the first person to hand Shane Burgos his first loss, but you finished him too. As the fight was going on, did you feel like you were still going to get the finish? Because it was a third-round finish.
I try never to force the finish or look for it. That happens organically. And the more you stick behind that jab, the power shots will come. And I was working the jab all night. And by the third round, second round he came out pretty tough. Props to him. Third round though, I went into it with a little bit of smack talk from my corners, and they told me to go out there and get aggressive. So bit on the mouth guard and was lucky to land a nice 2-piece and then followed up with some uppercuts and strikes.
Was there anything about Shane that surprised you in the fight?
Just as he was what I thought he was. Tough kid, good stand-up, good striking. Overall, tough kid. I knew I was going to get that. And I thought we were very similar in styles. I thought it was going to be pretty much what happened. And I told you beforehand, expect the fans to get out of their seat for this one because I think it's going to be fight of the night.
How did you guys celebrate after the fight?
I bumped into him a couple of times, also before and after the fight, but it was all respect for his parents, family, everyone that was in the hotel, because he did bring a good amount of people, like you said. And everyone was respectful. It was good. It was good. It helps take the loss when you're getting fight of the night for your efforts.
Yeah, it certainly is. Now, have you taken the week off, or did you get in any training as well, or is this just purely like vacation mode?
No, so I was at the Performance Institute yesterday. I love going down there any opportunity I can get. Top of the line facility, great staff. Anytime you're in this area, it'd be stupid not to walk through for a little bit. I'm going to try to make it today. And it was cool because we went out there about a month ago before the fight, and I got a lot of love yesterday when I went back. Man, they really do follow up, pay attention, care about the athletes and the fighters. It's good to see.
Excellent. And as far as perfect timeline, when are you looking to get back in there? I know a bunch of guys want to get on that Brooklyn card. Is that sort of the same thing for you?
I'm just looking to get moving. Honestly, we'll see what Tyson throws at me for opportunities. But being out here in Vegas is nice. I would love to fight in Vegas. I was saying that. I don't know if that's too late, though, so we'll see kind of how things work out with the schedule. And also, it was really nice teaming up with Kyle and Rob, and if that's a possibility to do it again in the future, I definitely would like that.
And as far as an opponent, I mean, you fought 2 prospects basically in your debut and in this past fight. Are you looking for a veteran for your next fight to kind of get that on the resume?
I'm just looking to go out, whoever it is, just get my hand raised. I'm not worried about so much who it is for this fight. I'm just going to continue to go out there, prove people wrong, and get the job done, and let Tyson do his thing, pick out who he wants me to take out, and all I have to worry about is going out there and executing.
And looking at the rest of the year, I mean, is there sort of a perfect timeline as far as how many times you want to fight this year? You got the 1 fight in. Are you looking to get a couple more in?
I'd say comfortably 2 more times this year would be nice. Maybe one before the summer, maybe one in the fall, winter, something like that, and then. Yeah, that'd be an ideal time frame. I'd say about 2 more fights for this year, and then you got to think I got probably another 4 combat zone events and things that I'm still working with. We have an upcoming one February 17th, so right back to work with that. I'm out here kind of touching in on some of that, but excited about the upcoming card there, and so I'll be busy all throughout the year either way.
Did you find the response for this win bigger than the one in your debut, just with the fact it was at home and you beat a guy who was undefeated?
Yeah, for sure. And then being the placement on the card right before the 2 title fights, that was awesome. You're pretty much guaranteed a packed arena when you're that late in the card. And then to go out and get, I like to say 3rd-round finishes, a little bit more special. You go through a little bit of a war, you earn them a little bit more, and then to muster it up to get that type of a finish in the 3rd, I feel like you earn the knockout more. So the crowd was pretty excited at that moment in the 3rd round because it came kind of unexpected. And it was crazy to be in that arena and feel that energy.
People can't see what you're wearing right now. You got the Pats gear on. What's your prediction for the Super Bowl? How do you see that sort of playing out?
I see TB12 physically inserting a 6th finger on his hand so he can now wear his 6th ring.
Okay, you got a score. If you could pick a score, how do you think that it's going to go down between the Pats and the Eagles?
A score, just a lot to a little. But he doesn't care about that. He just cares about getting the W, and then he's on the next season. So I share a similar mindset and excited to be a Boston sports fan.
And do you have this sort of it mapped out yet where you're going to watch the Super Bowl?
Not yet. I know we got Greg Rubello fighting, I believe, the night before, 2 nights before. So we got a weekend of fights I'm going to be excited to see, and then that'll keep me in town for sure. And then Sunday, I'm not really too sure where we're going to watch the game, but definitely a lot of food. I'm happy that we gave up the Thanksgiving and Christmas, but at least we get the Super Bowl, So we get to eat a lot of food for the Super Bowl, enjoy the game, and what better way than having the Patriots in it.
Well, Calvin, again, congratulations on the win. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout-outs or want to give any props out to Combat Zone, by all means, the floor is yours.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. We got that upcoming show February 17th. Everyone tune in, see all the upcoming talent that New England has to offer. You can follow me at Calvin Kattar on social media, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And I appreciate your time, James. Shout out to my whole team. Thanks for getting me ready. That's all in New England pretty much. All the guys, up-and-comers. And I'm really excited to be an MMA fighter in New England right now. I think a lot of big things are going to be coming out soon.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.